Good morning, 8th grade math students. Let's go over your homework from last night. All right, number 11, you probably didn't have too much trouble with. Convert 3/11ths to a decimal. Of course, we're going to divide that, and you're going to get a repeating decimal of 0.27. Don't forget, when it's repeating, you have to draw the bar across the top for all the numbers that are repeating. Number 12, when you divide it, you're going to get 0.4 repeating. So you draw the bar at the top. Now 13 and 14 were probably a little confusing to you. So let's look at that. Now we know on 13 it is a repeating. So we've got 7/10 repeating. It's also could be 77 hundredths. It could also be 777 thousandths. So we have to do something a little special for a repeating decimal. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to just make that decimal x. So x equals, and write this down, especially if you didn't look it up last night. This is good information to know. Let's just carry it out to 4 places. We're just carrying that out to 4 places. Now what I want to do is I want to multiply both sides of that equation so that I can move that decimal to just one spot or place value to the right of the decimal. So of course if we do that, then technically we're multiplying both sides by 10 to do that. So we know x equals 0.777, but if I multiply this side by 10 and this side by 10, I get 10x equals 7.777. And we can keep going. One more space because we've got to do some subtracting, and we want to make sure that we carry it out to the same place value. So now our next step is to subtract. So I'm going to do 10x, which equals this, and I'm going to subtract my original x. We're doing our algebra now, so 10x minus x is 9x, and that equals 7. So of course, divide both sides by 9, so x equals 7/9. Go ahead and pause this if you need a minute to copy this down, and then we'll go over the next problem. Okay, on number 14, 4 point, and we can just carry it out to 4 places for fun. And we'll set that equal to x. Of course, I want to move the decimal to one place to the right of our repeating numbers. So I just have to move it one spot to the right, so that means it would be both sides would be multiplied by 10. Now again, I'm going to subtract my original x. Of course, these cancel. So 9x equals 42. Divide by 9, divide by 9. So x equals 42 divided by 9. And if I reduce that, I get down to 14/3. And we'll talk more about this at a later date. Last problem. Number 15. If I turn my fraction 3/2 into a decimal, we get 3.22. We know that pi equals 3.14. And we have to compare our place values. 3's are the same, but 2 here is greater than this 1. So 3.22 is greater than 3.14. The other way you could have written it is 3.14 is less than 3.22. All right, you've done a great job checking your homework. Make sure you put your name on it. Put a smiley face up by your name and then put it in the inbox. Have a great Friday and a great weekend.